Hello, my name is Adrienne Johnson. Today we'll show you an example of using product costing in the process industry. I will do this by assigning cost to products using a 5-step process. The steps are 1. To measure the physical flow of resources, 2. To compute the equivalent units of production, 3. To identify the product cost for which to account, 4. To compute the cost per equivalent unit, and 5. Assign product cost to batches of work. To begin the process, we will use this area of the chart to complete sections 1 and 2, measuring the physical flow of resources and computing the equivalent units of production. In this area, we will use the flows of units to compute our answers. To measure the physical flow of resources, we will make sure that our total units to account for matches the total units accounted for. To compute the equivalent units, we will use the 16,000 in work in process ending inventory. Each product transferred out has to be 100% complete with respect to materials. This will make the materials cost equivalent units here, also 16,000 as of March 31st. To compute the conversion cost of the in work in process ending inventory, we will use the 30% complete with respect to conversion cost times the 16,000. This will give us 4,800. Then we can compute the total units accounted for the conversion cost. This would give us 100,800. Now that we have our total units accounted for in the material cost and the conversion cost, we can move on to sections 3 through 5, to this area of the chart. Step 3 is to identify the product cost for which to account. The costs are collected in total for the material costs and the conversion costs in this area. We will use section 3 to double check our work in step 5. Step 4 is to compute the cost per equivalent unit. For this, we will use the weighted average of unit costs, which is work in process cost plus the current period cost divided by the work in process equivalent units plus the current period equivalent units. We will use the weighted average of unit costs to compute both the material cost and the conversion cost per equivalent unit. To compute the material cost per equivalent unit, we will take the cost in work in process beginning inventory plus the current period cost divided by the completed and transferred out units plus the in work in process ending inventory. This will give us 90 cents for a cost per equivalent unit for the material cost. We will use the same equation to find the conversion cost per equivalent unit. We will take the cost in work in process beginning inventory plus the current period cost divided by the completed and transferred out plus the in work in process ending inventory. This will give us $2.20 for the conversion cost per equivalent unit. Step 5 is to assign the product cost to batches of work. This is by products completed and the products that are not complete. Now that we have the number of equivalent units and the cost of those units, we can now complete section 5. This is done by using the equivalent units in section 2 of the completed and transferred out units in the in work in process ending inventory. Next, we take those numbers and multiply those by the cost per equivalent unit for material cost and conversion cost. We will start with the cost assigned to transferred out units. We'll do this by taking the completed and transferred out units times the cost per equivalent unit. We will use this same process to calculate the material cost and conversion cost for costs to be accounted for. Now we can find the total of our material costs and our conversion cost. To double check our work, we will take the cost assigned to transferred out units and the cost assigned to work in process inventory and total them to double check with section 3 the total cost to be accounted for. With the amount $322,560, we can double check that our total cost to be accounted for matches our total cost accounted for. Now that we've finished our production cost report by using the 5 steps, we can now present this to the manager so the manager can make a decision about whether inventory levels are getting too high, the costs aren't low enough, or the number of units produced is too low. Thank you and have a good day.